All right, here we are for the second round. All right, and we've got to keep. I wouldn't call this an amazing hand, but it's a good hand. If it comes down to it, we can Warriors lessen our Sedge Scorpion just to obtain a little value from it, just to make sure that we get something out of it. Yeah, that's starting to look more likely. It's going to depend if we draw a swamp here. I mean, yeah, our opponent hasn't really done anything. I think we're okay. So let's battle. And let's just pass turn back. I mean, we need to hit a swamp here. If we hit a swamp next turn, then we're like the happiest of happies. Ooh, Wingsteed Rider. That's not great for us. But if we hit a swamp... Alright, we didn't hit the swamp. But think we're still okay. Nessian Asp should do some work later. We get to play an Erebos' Emissary coming up here pretty quick. And if we do hit that swamp, then Agent of the Fates is going to just be a wrecking ball because we're going to really be able to get him. Ah, this is nice. We only took 2 here. Can certainly appreciate that. And he's got a Nimbus Naiad. So he's in shields up mode here for sure. Or we're trying to go into shields mode. He's in full aggressive mode is what I meant to say. Alright, well, let's attack. Think we're kind of stuck just developing our board here still. I mean, we're not really able to race him quite yet, but I gotta figure that with a time to feed, a Nessian Asp, and then maybe an Agent of the Fates activation in here somewhere, we're gonna be able to work out a situation where we can get him. Hopefully this isn't a... It's pretty good. And we draw something quite bad here. Really quite bad. I'm going to actually attack with both here. I think he's not going to block. And I was wrong. All right, well, I think he's actually going to kind of get us here. Because I am going to be ditching stuff. I'm going to pitch this. I think I might just pitch this and trade. This is a tough choice because the Blood Toll Harpy actually does work here. But if I want to get rid of Blood Toll Harpy and Disciple, I can keep my Erebos' Emissary, get rid of his Sealog monster, and still have it, which is really good. The problem then becomes, do I die to these? That's the question. Because Blood Toll Harpy trading for like this guy is quite nice for us. I think we're going to be able to get through it, though. So I am actually going to ditch 2 creatures here and keep our Erebos' Emissary alive. So that happens. This thing takes 5, which means that I don't get the time to feed it properly, and I don't do anything here. Maybe it's time to just Warrior's Lesson here. I don't want to get impatient, but getting this Agent of Fates and or Nessian Asp going is starting to look pretty important. So, yeah, I'm just going to fire it off here and get a card out of our Scorpion while we can. Hopefully it's a land. Interesting draw, a little late there, but all right, that's fine. It's actually not a bad draw. We can Feral Invocation our Emissary or our Sedge Scorpion here, and then we can go for a time to feed on it. I am just going to be firing it off here, though. Not Sea God's Revenge. Benthic Giant. All right, Benthic Giant's okay because we've got Sedge Scorpion. So let's Feral Invocation our Emissary. No, that can become a 5/5 anyway, so let's just do this. Swamps. No, it's not too bad either. little combo there. We can actually just cast this Nemesis Immortals here if we want. But I think we should take this time while he's tapped out to go ahead and get rid of one of his flyers here. So let's do that. And I think this is the one that we should get rid of. And I'm going to get an attack with the Scorpion as well. Actually, I can attack with both. Yeah, I'm going to attack with both. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, go ahead. I like our position here now quite a lot. We've leveraged the cards that we have on the battlefield. We've ditched a bunch of cards, but I think we're okay. Oh, Shipbreaker Kraken. Well, now we need a swamp. Oh, we need multiple swamps. All right, so this is going to get ugly. 6, although he currently can't do a ton here. Yeah, he actually can't do a lot here. What do I need to pay to cast this thing? I don't want to count. You count for me, Magic Online. He's got one card left in hand. Would I ditch both Asp and Agent of Fates here to get rid of that Kraken? He's still 2 land drops away from being able to do it, and we have a Sip of Hemlock in hand. What would that card have to be in his hand for us to... Like, if I could just get rid of these 2 things, kill this to kill that, and then leave us with a 5/5 and a 3/3. And 1 card in hand, which is Sip. Is that better than just waiting? Let's say that we draw a Forest next turn. We play Nessie and Asp. We say go, and we're just kind of waiting. I mean, we really need to hit this Sip. So, yeah, I think I am going to actually attack here. Though, actually, he doesn't have any attacks this way. Yeah, I'll just be patient. I mean, because these cards still do serious work against his board. But we just need to hit a Swamp. I mean, yeah, he did it. Getting stuck on lands means that we've been able to, like I said, leverage like this guy a bit, but not great. All right, there's a swamp we wanted, so that's a great start. Play our swamp. I think I just lead with Agent here. Maybe it is actually Nessie and Asp that I want. Agent doesn't do a ton on this board. I mean, it does block Shipbreaker Kraken, but... Yeah, I think I can attack here now. If he blocks, I will pitch my 2 guys. This might be wrong. I don't think he's going to block, though. Depends on what that last card in his hand is, really. This is a risky play, though. It's just he is getting pretty close to dead here. Yeah, he didn't block. All right. I didn't think he wanted to. I mean, it doesn't really make a ton of sense for him to block there. He knows that if he hits the mana he needs, then Shipbreaker Kraken just wins for him on the spot. Uh-oh. Am I getting Sea God's Revenge? No, I'm not. So this is fine. And we hit this too. So things looking quite nice here. So let's see if he's got a trick to save his Kraken. He's been sitting on a card forever, so he could easily have God's Willing. He could even have... he says, I knew I should have blocked. Yeah, it was risky play for me. I mean, I know that it was a tough decision by him. But I've got him in a bad spot now, because now I've got some nice attacks here. Or really, he doesn't have any blocks. He says, you waited so long at first, I messed up. I mean, I'm just talking. Like, he knows he's on the video, so like he's got to remember that I'm also just talking through all my plays or whatever. I guess that he could still get that same read from that or whatever, but... Oops. I guess I could have just won there. It was still a little bit risky. Like if he has Voyage's End or Grip Tide, then I'm kind of screwed there. So probably still correct to just sit here and wait, but I could have just won. For some reason decided not to, I guess. Yeah. I think I might not have anyway, but I think I might have not just gone for it there. I think it's probably better to just... There's not a lot of cards you can draw there that really get me. Okay, so what do I want to do here? Feel like I want Viper's Kiss against him, and I'm thinking these Agent of Horizons might be good. You know, if he wants to run out those two power flyers, then I can just be like, sure, we can do that. Let's play. Downside to Agent of Horizons, like in my deck, Nylea's Courser is so much better, Nessian Courser, just because they're 3/2s, because they're 3/3s versus these 3/2s, and it makes my time defeats way better against his 2-power flyers. But what are you going to do? I mean, I can't really do a ton here. But Viper's Kiss for his monstrosity guys and his maybe even a flyer seems reasonable. Though I do have game against his guys for sure. I wonder how that game would have gone if he would have blocked. I ditched my 2 guys and I've got 8 power versus a 2/2 flyer with him on 1 card. Should be in a good spot to win from that point as well. But getting the damage through meant that my next attack represented any 2 of my threats could be lethal potentially, so forces him to block, and at that point the game's successfully turned back in our favor. Anyway, that'll be one to look at. Viper's Kiss, Agent of Horizons are the things I'm considering here. Disciple of Phoenix seems fine against him, maybe not amazing. Nessian Asp is amazing against him, same with Leaf Crown Dryad. I like Warrior's Lesson against him too. Maybe I do something like this. And maybe I try to work this other Warrior's Lesson in. I wish I had more 2-drops to make that better though. I'll just do this for now. All right, what do we have here? A Scorpion and then a 3/4/4/5. Yeah, I guess I can keep it. This is a little sketchy. This is where, like, if I have 18 lands, I'm like, yeah, okay. And if I have 17, I'm like, well, let's draw some lands, I guess. Yeah, not an ideal draw. The downside to keeping here is that, yeah, we have a turn 1 Sedge Scorpion, which is often really good at holding off big threats for a long time. But the downside to it is that if he just plays flyers in the air, then our Scorpion doesn't really do anything. So that's the risk we're taking. We bricked on lands twice in a row and drew 2 uncastable spells, so it could get ugly here for us. And it does look like it's trending in that direction. If we're lucky and draw a forest here, then I'll probably just time defeat to get rid of his Wingsteed Rider, gain some life. If we draw a swamp, I'm just going to slam Agent into the Fates and try to get him with, well, probably a time defeat play as well. But hopefully kill something else. Oh. All right. Well, that was actually a fine draw. I mean, if we're going to brick on land, then that's the way we wanted to brick. So go ahead. I'm just going to keep my guys back. We'll probably block Wingsteed Rider if he attacks. I mean, don't really know what Oh, Ray of Dissolution is bad for us. I think that's a block that I need to make here, though. Land? Oh, follow-up play? That's disgusting. All right, so we're missing some more here. I think we can do without one of those. Yeah, this is going to be pretty rough to come back from at this point, but it is possible. But we have to draw a swamp next turn no matter what. Yeah, now we're just dead. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it sucks. Risky keep, but on average, we should have drawn a land or 2 by now. So a little bit unlucky. Because we've drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And they've all been non-lands. So we'll try again. Don't think I want to change anything here. We will be playing first. And this seems fine. Yeah, he says that wasn't really a game. I agree with you. That was not a fun one. Alright, so we need more creatures. That's what we need. We're going to play this Blood Toll Harpy. We're going to Scourge Market just to try to get some action going here. Blood Toll Harpy I think is good against him. It can get in the way of his flyers, which is nice. Or I can trade for that. Risky business. Yeah, I think I'm fine with this though. So let's Scourge Mark. Hopefully hit a land. And we miss on lands. That's okay though. I think I can take the aggressive route here, because once we hit lands, we have plays for days here. I was hoping to hit a land so that I could Savage Surge, but I realize that doesn't get it done anyway here. So we're just going to take our licks from this Band Elder and try to get him in the air here with our Blood Toll Harpy. So attack you. And I think I'm just going to kick things off with an emissary here. With the emissary here. I mean, yeah, I could just get killed by Ray of Dissolution, and it is going to get killed by Ray of Dissolution, which is really annoying, but Disciple of Phoenix is fine. Just doesn't block this. Dryad, but only one green. All right, so let's run Disciple out there. It's going to hit all but one of his cards here. So we should get something sweet, and we get to look at what his tricks are and what's going on here about how to plan out this game, because we got to be careful. I want to keep attacking him, but we might need to leave this Harpy back to trade at some point here. Because once we hit lands, I think we're going to be pretty good to go. Wow, he's going to let us have this Horizon Chimera. I mean, he can cast it. Card is sweet. He could flash it in, attack us for 6. That would have been huge. All right, well, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm going to try to trade now. I actually kind of want to get creatures in the yard, because I can cast this if we draw... Actually, I can cast it right now if we draw a forest anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. And he's got a Kraken. All right, forest it is. Play this big thing, and then next turn we get to kill his Shipbreaker Kraken by playing Savage Surge and Time to Feed. We know he's got 2 lands, I think 2 lands left in his hand, because he was protecting the Kraken. That was a card that he didn't show us. Hopeful Eidolon. Well, that's really, really annoying, but it's fine. Yeah, he did it. He's back to 20, but we do get to make this play now. Unfortunately, we're going to lose our Nemesis here, which is like super annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's 1 away from firing off the Kraken. All right, so if he does that, if he hits his land, which he will, becomes monsters, tap 4 creatures. Those creatures don't untap. Okay, so what's going to happen is he's going to fire off his Kraken next turn. He's going to tap my guys. And then I will... So if I leave Crown Dryad this to make it a 7/7 and then Savage Surge it, then I can just block this thing, right? Yeah. Oh, no, it's Monstrosity 4. So to become 11. And I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that Hopeful Eidolon is actually making that play not possible here. So, and I can't do Leaf Crown Dryad plus. So yeah, this really sucks, but I have to bite the bullet here. So I'm going to attack with Nemesis Immortals, and then I'm going to Savage Surge it in Time to Feed it to get rid of this. And it's just pure misery. but it's what I got to do. All right. So send in this. Am I sending in this is the question. No. If he has anything to interact, then we're going to kind of just lose here. But all right, so we got rid of that thing. Fortunately, he gained a bunch of that life back again. Hopefully, he's out of gas here, though. If he comes up with more, then we're going to be in trubs for sure. This is a block I can make, I think. All right, well, we've got a decent play here for sure. And here's a Warrior's Lesson. That could get interesting as well. So let's just bestow up this guy and just ship the turn. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I like just playing this. Next turn, we have a really sweet turn. Hopefully he bricks, because then we get to Warrior's Lesson and Time to Feed and do all types of stuff. So that's pretty sweet. So, yeah, let's do that. Try to hit him for 9 here and draw a couple of cards. All right, doing it. Drew a sip of Hemlock here as well, though I think that Time to Feed is better. All right. Oh, I should have cast my Satyr. Yeah, that was a mistake. Shouldn't matter, but it could. I would have prevented that attack, for example. He's got a Benthic Giant. All right, but interestingly, he attacked, so he doesn't have blocks for this now. All right, battle. Satyr. Go ahead. And he's going to gain even more life. What is it with life gain today? It's all over the place. All right, so if we attack with this, he's going to double block. And that's bad for us. He can also double block here. We kill both of his guys if we do that, though. All right, well, let's get rid of this guy then. So attack. This blocks here. This makes sure that this thing... if I attack with this, it makes it harder for him to double block. But he can also double block here, and I'll trade this guy for Hopeful Eidolon, which seems lame. So let's just attack with this. Trade your team for my guy. Go ahead. Okay. Oh. That's an interesting one. So I can suit this guy up. That makes him into a 9/8, which seems awesome. But additional to that, he's almost dead. This Hopeful Eidolon is actually doing a ton of work because normally I could be able to suit up this guy and attack with all of them because they're all lethal, but he's actually at a virtual 4 here, which means he would eat my Vulpine Goliath. He would chump block my Voyaging Satyr, going up to 4, and then he'd be at 1, but I wouldn't have my Goliath. So I think I need to just throw it on the Goliath here. So if I put it on the Goliath, it's huge. Let's just say I attack with everything. He must block this here to eat up a bunch of it, and I think I just kill him. Yeah. Assuming that my Goliath actually stays around, which I think it will because he hasn't had anything in a while. Because he can't jump block the Vulpine Goliath here with his Eidolon or anything like that, or else he's just dead. Getting hungry. All right, that's a must block, and then that's a must block. Ooh, he does have something. Cryptide, what do you got? Oh, is he just faking me out here, or did he pay something that I didn't see? What happened here? Didn't see actually what happened there. All right, well, he taps some mana. I think he might just be messing with me, though. All right, well, this play is easy. All right, so we figured it out one way or another, and we're going to be in the finals now, so we'll see you guys there.